Thank you first to Representative Helgren and Representative McGovern, the two co-chairs of the Tom Lantos Commission, and their staff members for their continued commitment and efforts to safeguarding human rights around the world, and for convening this important briefing today. This briefing is quite timely, as Bangladesh has a fast approaching election on December 30th. The election period has begun in what several analysts know is an increasingly authoritarian environment where the ruling party is using undemocratic measures to silence dissent and opposition party voices. Today, the European Parliament adopted a resolution expressing serious concern at the deteriorating human rights situation in Bangladesh, and in particular, the ongoing crackdown against the media, students, activists, and the political opposition. It's imperative for the future of Bangladesh's democracy that these elections, these parliamentary elections, be conducted in a free, fair, and credible manner that commands the legitimacy in the eyes of the public. The National Democratic Institute and other similar institutions have issued a series of recommendations to this end. In particular, they've called on the government to ensure that there is no interference with the work of the Election Commission, that the domestic and international election observers that are present and journalists are permitted to conduct their work unobstructed, that law enforcement officials be strictly neutral in their maintenance of law and order, and that opposition figures are permitted to campaign freely, and that there is an end to their prosecution and detention. Today we are joined by a great panel of three very close watchers of the situation in Bangladesh who will share their perspective on the current situation. First, we will hear from John Sifton, who is the Asia Advocacy Director at Human Rights Watch. Then from Waris Hussain, a policy analyst at the United States Commission on International Religious Freedom, and Laura Brumman, a senior program manager at World Vision's International Programs Group focused on child protection and education. I would also like to note the presence of the U.S. former Ambassador Brennigan.